By all accounts, Susan Fisher lived life in the fast lane. In the late 1970s, she was a secretary for the Idaho House Revenue and Taxation Committee. But outside work, the engaging and attractive single mom was known to live a wild lifestyle. Her good friend, Judy Peavy Durr, says Susan often told her she wouldn't live to see age 35.
She lived loose and wild, and she had several partners. She had associations with a number of people who were, as now we see, elevated in status over the years, and they have risen to the top.
Police say Fisher was worried enough about her safety that she installed a peephole in her front door and kept it locked constantly. She also slept with a gun under her pillow. Peavy Durr kept that in mind when she entered Susan's condo on March 29, 1982, after Susan failed to pick up her young son Bartley at the airport.
I kept calling, "Susan, Susan," because I didn't want to get shot.
She climbed the stairs to the bathroom, where she heard water running.
I opened the door slightly and kept calling, "Susan, Susan, Susan," and could see in the mirror this blackish figure draped over the bathtub. I quickly closed the door. I can't begin to describe to you that impact.
Police say Susan was found naked and face down in the water with her arms behind her. On the wall, signs of a struggle, handprints trailing down to the water. Judy Peavy Durr had the heartbreaking task of telling Bartley.
It had to be a friend. And I knew that Susan would have done the same. It was tough.
Police interviewed more than 50 people in the investigation of this murder, including the beneficiary of her life insurance and a married state representative with whom she reportedly had an affair. Nothing panned out.
For 29 years, if this person is here, there's a murder amongst us.
Peavy Durr says that is a travesty that could be solved by modern technology.
I know Susan. She was a scrapper. She would not have gone down easily. So I keep thinking that DNA will show who did it.
Peavy Durr says she thinks the murderer is still around. An official who was close to the case agrees. So the question is, why no progress?
Nobody wanted their philanderings or their misdoings or whatever you want to call it to come out. She got around, and nobody wanted their name connected with it. And so the less talk about it, the more likely it would just go away.
Is it possible some powerful citizen or politician squelched the investigation? And why about the time I started asking questions about this case did Garden City send investigators back to the crime scene 29 years after the fact? What did they hope to learn from that? And why did it take so long to send DNA evidence to the FBI for modern testing? Those are all questions I wanted to ask Garden City Police, but they refused my repeated requests for an interview. Chief James Bensley did release this statement. He says, scientists from the FBI laboratory are using the newest techniques and most advanced technology available to reanalyze evidence our officers collected when this investigation began nearly 3 decades ago. We remain vigilant in our efforts to solve this crime and bring justice to Susan's family. But one of Susan's 2 children died waiting for that justice. Bartley committed suicide. Judy Peavy Durr believes he'd be alive today if his mother were too.
There could probably not be any association in this regard, but there were actually 2 murders that day, Susan and Bartley.